So my name is Molly. I have been involved with the 3-day since 1999. I have crewed the 3-day once in Denver, and I have walked twice, but I've had the great fortune of being on staff with the 3-day since 2002. I've fundraised for the 3-day just about $10,000, and I have also done fundraising in other peer-to-peer fundraising events. Over the course of the past 6 years, I've raised nearly $150,000 for rare cancer research. My reason for participating in the 3-day, my mom is a 19-year breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed back in 1999. And my sister Kara saw an ad for the very first New York 3-day. And after I watched her finish in Central Park that year, I knew that I wanted to be involved in any way that I could with the event. So I volunteered in 2000, I walked in 2001, and then I was really fortunate to join the staff in 2002. And like most of us who are doing this event, too many people that I love have been impacted by a breast cancer diagnosis. I found out about 5 years ago that I have the breast cancer gene. So I want to do all that I can to help find and fund a cure for breast cancer. So that is my reason for participating in the 3-day. As I said, we have 5 other amazing 3-day participants who have been involved with the 3-day. We have one person, Crystal, who has joined the 3-day family this year, and other people who have been doing this event for a long time. And we have the great pleasure of hearing from Julie, Kathleen, Crystal, Paula, and Sharon today to hear a little bit about their experience fundraising for the 3-day. We did a fundraising webinar a couple years ago, and I actually led that one, really focused on how to raise a lot of money in a short period of time. But we wanted to bring more information to you all from your fellow participants so that you could learn from them what has made them successful. So I am going to turn it over to the panelists to introduce themselves. So Julie, go ahead and take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Julie Kopakin, and I've been involved with the 3-day for 13 years as a participant in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. and San Diego, and I'll be participating in my 14th 3-day all as a walker in San Diego this year. I guess I've raised $214,000 for the 3-day in that time, and my reason for participating, I guess I'm an interesting case because I initially started, I did not have a connection to breast cancer. I was a junior marketer on the Motrin brand team, and for anyone who's been walking the 3-day for quite some time, we used to all carry those water bottles that had Motrin on them, and so Motrin was a national sponsor of the event, and as a national sponsor, I was asked to come speak at the Philadelphia event, and I didn't feel like I could go out there and start fundraising without also having raised the money and walked like the people I'd be talking to, and I couldn't speak to people without having done it myself. So that's what got me involved at the beginning. Subsequently, through the process, you learn just how many of your friends and family have connections to breast cancer. My year 3, I lost my father to pancreatic cancer, and year 4, I lost a close friend to breast cancer. So my commitment and passion for the walk and the cause has just grown over time. And, you know, I walk today because I can't, you know, I kind of feel like if I'm not raising this money, like, then who's going to raise that money that I'm contributing to the total pool? And I kind of walk because I can't not walk. So that's my reason.
Thank you. Kathleen, you're up.
Hi, everyone. My name's Kathleen Butler. Julie, I carry my Motrin water bottle still, so thank you for that.
Awesome.
I've been participating in 3 days for a while. I got started really on a whim. A friend of mine was walking it in DC, and I went to the closing ceremony to welcome her home, and I was pretty much hooked. I thought, oh, I want to get involved with that. Having had no connection, I didn't really know what that meant, and then I started hearing stories and talking to people, and it's pretty humbling to talk to people on the route or listen to people's stories. I'm also a first grade Sunday school teacher. I've been doing that for a long time. And there was a 3-year period when 2 of my kids in 3 years lost their moms to breast cancer. And it's quite an experience to look at a 6-year-old and know that they're going to grow up without their mom because of breast cancer. And I can still see their faces in my mind's eye when I'm tired of walking and I want to stop, or I'm sick of asking people for money. And those little faces are what keep me going.
Thank you, Kathleen. Crystal.
Hi, I am Crystal Treewagon, and I am a first-time walker. I will be participating in the Philadelphia Walk this September. And the reason that I got started actually is because I decided to get healthy. And in my journey of getting healthy, I wanted to help others, do what I can to help them. Cancer in general and breast cancer runs in my family. And I haven't been brave enough to see if I have that gene. So I just am going to help others and do what I can. I live in a very small town. I grew up and I live in a town of less than 2,000 people. And I have 3 classmates whose mothers are fighting breast cancer right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get them in a couple. Not this week. Next week. Down in Florida. Yeah. You gonna go over there and get them? Cause I don't.
Sorry, Crystal. I don't know if you're not currently on mute, if you could put yourself on mute. There's a lot of background noise where someone is. All right, Crystal, can you? I think you were just wrapping up there. All right. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for being part of this webinar. I know you were saying you're part of a small community, and I know when Tesha shared your story with us, it was really inspiring, and we're so grateful to have you be part of this event and this 3-day community. Paula, take it away, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Paula Hultman. I live in California. I started participating in the 3-day as the Susan G. Komen 3-day in 2003, but my first walk was the year before that in 2002. I thought it would be a one-time deal, once and done, but I came back year after year and will be participating in San Diego this year in what shows here is my 13th 3-day. Some years I do 2 events in the course of a year. I hadn't been able to participate for the last couple of years, so I'm really excited to be back in San Diego and walking again. I have fundraised with my husband. He began doing the event with me in 2004, and we shared the event and therefore fundraised for 2 all of the years since. I started doing the 3-day when I lost a dear friend to breast cancer, and as I continued the event, which became just a part of my life, I couldn't imagine not doing it each year. It's such an amazing weekend to be a part of. And over those years, friends who had been supporting me with donations were actually diagnosed. And I am happy to say that everyone I know who has been diagnosed in the years since I started the walk are all survivors. This year, it got real personal. My husband was diagnosed with a rare cancer last December and passed away last month. His cancer didn't have a cure. However, something that I had said for the years that I was also a 3-day coach from 2005 till 2016 resonated with me, and that was that a cure for breast cancer will help other cancers. And during his treatment, there was a chemo drug that had been developed for breast cancer that was being used for his very rare bile duct cancer. So I'll be walking in his memory this year.
Thank you, Paula. Sharon, if you could share your story with us, please.
I'd be happy to. I started walking in 2006 at the invitation of my daughter-in-law, who was going to walk with her friends. And she said, do you think you might like to do this? And I said, I don't know anything about it. She said, well, you have to walk 60 miles. I said, and? Because I knew there was another portion to it. And she said, and you have to raise $2,300. And I thought, I don't know how I can do that. And about 10 seconds later, I decided that I was going to do it. I was going to turn 60. So this was a test to me. And I was going for the trifecta. I was going to turn 60. I was walking 60 miles. I was going to raise $6,000. And I was $115 shy of $6,000, but I wasn't quite 60 either, so I figured that was a wash. My family all thought it would be a one and done. I couldn't get enough of that weekend. I literally couldn't get enough. I couldn't stop talking about it. So in 2008, I walked 2007, but in 2008, I became part of the Event 360 team. And I was the field coordinator in Boston, and I did the Get Started meetings, and I absolutely loved it. We covered 6 states, and I've been walking ever since. So I think I've raised somewhere in the vicinity of $80,000. We have a magical team called A String of Pearls, named in honor and in memory of Bridget Mooney Spence, who I think everybody knows. And so wear your pearls when you're on event. Thanks, Molly.
Thank you so much, Sharon. And for those of you who don't know, who may be new to the 3-day family, Bridget was also an Event 360 3-day coach. And she passed away when she was 29 years old, just a few years ago, from breast cancer. She was a really huge voice in the Komen and in the breast cancer community, especially for those who are younger and dealing with the realities of a breast cancer diagnosis. So, well, thank you to all of you for sharing your stories,